Good morning, everyone. Welcome to hashtag Newsnet. Uh, my YouTube page isn't really ready to start going with this yet, but this is information I think has to come out. First thing I got here is this right here that I tweeted. Is Q Q? Now, I'm not saying that Q is not real, that Q is a LARPer or anything like that. What I'm asking is Q still the same poster that he was back when things first got kicked off? I said here, October 29th, Q states this is not about the Republicans or Democrats at this stage. And here's the post that he said that in. And you can see right there, not about Republicans versus Democrats at this stage. So at this point, Q is posting, and he knows that this is systemic. This is on both sides of the aisle. There's nothing going on here that is Democrat only or crap, or even just Republican. And then yesterday, Q puts out this will be the end of the Democratic Party. Well, that doesn't sound like the same guy. I'm not saying that with what's going on, the Democratic Party shouldn't end. But there are good people in the Democratic Party as well as in the Republican Party. But this is both sides of the aisle, people. Both sides of the aisle. When this memo, release the memo, when that comes out, you're going to see heads roll on both sides. Don't be shocked or outraged when you see Republicans go down. Some of them need to go down. It's just how it is. So what else was there? I mean, just release the memo thing. Gates here. Gates. Gates? I think that's how you pronounce his name. Believes there are people who would go to jail over classified intel report. He's also said that people like Bruce Orr and Rod Rosenstein need to be fired immediately. Will not just. I think that this will not just end in firings. I believe there are people who will go to jail. I was very persuaded by evidence, and it also became clear to me that why Chuck Grassley and Lindsey Graham felt it so important to refer this matter for criminal prosecution. You don't get to try and undermine our country, undermine our elections, and then simply get fired. So I think there will be criminal implications here, and we have to underscore the point that you and Jim Jordan just made. Every single Democrat on the Intelligence Committee voted against even allowing other members of Congress to see this information. So you know they're going to fight against release to the American people. Just to add to that, it was also said that not only was it a vote to keep it from being released to the members of Congress, and all the Democrats voted that way, but when they went to the briefing room, classified briefing room, and they were shown this memo, not one Democrat even looked at the memo. Nobody even looked at it. How can you vote to keep the American people, let alone other members of Congress, from seeing the memo if you're not even willing to look at it? I don't get it. So Q posted last night that this was the beginning of the end. And one of the lines said, "The shot heard round the world." Well, that refers to a couple of things. Most notably, the beginning of the American Revolution. Is Q saying that there's a shot heard round the world coming that will kick off a second American Revolution? I think that shot was fired. I think the second American Revolution is already going on, and it has so far been a silent war. Steve King, representative from Iowa. I have read the memo. The sickening reality has set in. I no longer hold out any hope that there is an innocent explanation for the information the public has seen. I have long said it is worse than Watergate. It was hashtag never Trump and hashtag always Hillary. Hashtag release the memo. Our representatives are dead serious about this. What else did you say? Tracy Bean, shout out to her. Great channel. Watch her. Subscribe to her. Oh, this. What 19 people are currently meeting in a safe room heavily guarded? That would be the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Vice President Pence, President Trump, and General Mattis, Secretary of Defense. They were all in a skiff yesterday, electronically sealed, reviewing the information that was received from the NSA database in a data dump. In a data dump from Hawaii when the missile alert came in. It is said, and I haven't particularly dove real deep into researching this, it is said that when the missile alert went off, and this is something that's pre-programmed in, the NSA database in Hawaii automatically data dumps the information on its servers to somewhere here in the mainland. That would be to protect that information to make sure it continues on if a nuclear strike were to happen. And that was the only way that President Trump and company were able to get this information. I don't know what stopped them from receiving this NSA information to begin with. It doesn't seem like they would have a problem with that. But that's what's being said. They were, however, in that safe room. So that's the 19 people there. Why is the Democratic Party making every effort to block the release of the FISA classified information? Because it's gonna damn their god figure, Obama. This is Obamagate. Everybody tweet that. Hashtag Obamagate. Why did Rod Rosenstein? I wasn't done with you. Why did Rod Rosenstein, that's RR, plead to Ryan moments ago to prevent the release of this information? Well, Rosenstein has let Mueller continue his investigation. And the investigation is born of this FISA warrant that was obtained with the dirty dossier, Russian collusion. There's a Russian under every bed. And by the way, how many of you who took part in the fake news awards day meme event were called a bot or were called a Russian agent? These people, well, to quote you, these people are stupid. Quit doing that. Where is AS? AS is Adam Schiff. Hope I'm getting that name right. Adam. Anyway, it's Schiff. And I'm sure that he is somewhere shifting his pants right now. 8 fired. Well, that kind of matches up with what we're seeing in the news that heads are going to roll. X jailed. Does that mean no one is jailed or an undisclosed number of people are jailed? Possible suicides. I've seen nothing about suicides yet in the media anywhere. ++/+ TikTok Q. The pluses are supposed to be like the sides of the pyramid of power. Now you can go back to that. Oh, so last week, last Friday night, Saturday night, last time Q posted before this, the 14th, he said that it was going to be a big news week. And on Twitter, I pretty much called out that if nothing happened this week that was big, then Q was just playing games. And he was over. But then something happened. We had Newsweek, the publication, got raided by New York District Attorney's office. And just so you know that they took pictures of their servers. They took some servers. It was a 17-month investigation. And people that worked there were upset. They said they were upset because they were under a 17-month investigation and no one told them. It's an investigation. Nobody's going to tell you. So it was a big Newsweek week. Are you? Q says here, are you following the news today? Well, of course. What a big news day it really was. You had Newsweek, you had released the Memo, all that jazz. You had a crew from CNBC try to sneak a fake bomb past TSA and got arrested. These people are really stupid. Yes, this will be the end of the Democratic Party. We'll see. This will be the path forward with public outrage. There is public outrage out there right now. You can go on Twitter and see it. To jail many so-called untouchables. You, the people, have the power. I've always believed that. The people are the government. These representatives, congressmen, they are there at our behest. They're there to represent us. Do they do that? No, I don't believe so. However, they do. They are supposed to be representing us. They are supposed to be our voice in government. There's too many of us to manage a government just by vote. So we put this person forward, our representative, our senators, to speak for us. That's what we vote them in for. Now, if you don't agree with what your representative, your senator is saying in Congress, don't vote for them. Vote them out. You have to do it. You have to. You, the people, have the power. Down she goes. Now, at first I thought, ooh, there it goes. Clinton is done. But maybe not. Maybe not. Because, is it in this one? Here it is. Fight, demand public disclosure. Everybody is. Be loud, be heard. We're being loud. This is just the beginning. 2018 will be glorious. The Great Awakening. So, no, the one I was looking for is not in here. That was the one that, there's one of the last lines in it is DWS failed to flee. Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Now, could that be what is meant by down she goes? It could be. Could it be Clinton? It could be. Only time will tell. But yeah, here it is. A group of 19 people meeting in a heavily guarded room right now. No electronic devices allowed. It's happening. Read the people, one of the mottos for Newsnet. FISAgate, released the memo. I don't know if this FISAgate hashtag really took off. Sebastian Gorka came on and said the correct term was hashtag Obamagate, and to tweet that everywhere. Tweet nothing else, just this. No, that's not going to happen. But tweet Obamagate. By the way, Release the Memo is currently trending, and it is it just disappeared from my list. Really? Hold on one second, folks. I'm just okay, maybe it's no longer trending. Maybe they killed it. Um, Now we have hashtag CC Congress at number 4 on my list, and hashtag Schumer Shutdown at number 5. Hashtag Friday Feeling. A lot of people are tweeting on there. Okay, back to this. This is the request to release the memo by Ron DeSantis. And just so you know, Ron DeSantis is the congressman who wrote this letter to Paul Ryan. And he says, Dear Mr. Speaker, the American people have the right to know whether government agents, such as Peter Strzok, inappropriately intervened in the 2016 presidential election against then presidential candidate Donald J. Trump. On January 3, 2018, House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence Chairman Devin Nunes announced that his committee will receive all documents it sought from the Department of Justice related to the FBI's counterintelligence investigation. I therefore request that you direct Chairman Nunes to utilize the process described in Rule 10 of the House Rules to declassify documents in the committee's possession related to the Steele dossier. The dirty dossier. The more we learn about the production of the discredited Steele dossier, the more it appears that a select group of FBI and Justice Department officials utilized what was effectively Hillary Clinton's political opposition research document. The dossier is a 35-page research document compiled by former British spy Christopher Steele that makes unverified claims that President Trump's deep financial ties to Russia and personal contact within Russia could be used to blackmail the president. But we now know that Hillary Clinton's campaign and the Democratic National Committee helped fund the dossier. We now know that text messages between 2 FBI employees, Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, referred to an insurance policy that might have been devised to prevent President Trump from prevailing in the 2016 election. And we now know that the FBI reimbursed the author of the dossier for some of his expenses. The people have the right to know if the FBI used its considerable resources to interfere, though the Department of Justice and FBI agreed to cooperate with the House Intelligence Committee. High-ranking officials from both agencies, including Christopher Wray and Rod Rosenstein, refused to answer direct questions posed by the House Judiciary Committee. Members of the public forum regarding information related to the federal government may have played in a production of the dossier. We cannot allow the executive branch to prevent congressional oversight of any potential misconduct or hide the truth from the American people. To maintain the integrity of our democratic process, documents related to the Steele dossier must be declassified. I respectfully request that you direct Chairman Nunes to declassify those documents in his committee's possession immediately. Sincerely, Ron DeSantis, Member of Congress. So this guy, if Ryan releases the memo, this guy is who you need to thank. Congressman DeSantis. Go away. Go. So I think I covered everything I wanted to cover here today. Got out some information I wanted to get out. Public must have access as soon as possible by Lee Zeldin. Andrew H. Scott, Commissioner, Kentucky Commissioner. And as damning as this memo may be, with consequences for both parties, we all need to see it. Let chips fall where they may. I love my country and don't ever want to see intelligence agencies weaponized against law-abiding citizens and slash or elected officials. Release the memo. All right. I think that's it. So I'm out.